Hey chili heads, welcome back to Red or Green. Every year for Christmas, I make tamales, except this year is gonna be a little bit different. Usually when I make tamales, it's this long, sort of tedious process, and I try to break it up into 2 days because I feel like that works really well for me. However, this year I'm gonna do things a little bit different by taking some shortcuts. So we're making green chili chicken tamales. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to purchase the meat already cooked. And this is gonna cut my time in half, which makes it easier for me to make some tamales, steam them, get them on the table, and spend some time with my family, which is the most important thing during the season, to spend time with family and not spend all your time in the kitchen. I'm gonna make some green chili caribe, which is very unusual, and we're gonna leave a link down below so that you can get some of this green chili if you'd like to make these tamales this way. You can use different versions of green chili, but this is my version, and it's wonderful. The flavor is delicious. I hope you try this, and if you do, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. Also, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Hit post notifications. That way, whenever we release a new video, you get notified right away. Also, if there are any dishes you'd like to see on the channel, leave it in the comments below, and we'll do our best to get it on the channel in the future. All right, we have everything we need here, so let's get to it.
Okay, so let's start with 1 cup of dried green chili caribe, and that is from the Fruit Basket here in Albuquerque, and they do ship around the state. So we will definitely leave that link in the description box so that you can purchase some of this green chili yourself. If you don't have access to this, or you'd like to try a different kind of green chili, check out some of our recipes on the channel for different ways of making a green chili sauce. Next, I'm going to top this green chili with about 2 cups of boiling water. And I'm doing this so that it softens up the chili and it'll be easier to blend. Now we're gonna let this soak for about 20 minutes before we blend it up. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a large container and add some boiling water. With a little bit of vinegar, I like to do this to clean the husks. I'm going to add about 12 corn husks to start, and then once I use those up, I'll add some more in there to soften up. This really helps so that they're more pliable when you're making the tamales. Now we'll set this aside while we work on blending our chili. So I'm going to add the chili to the blender, along with 2 cloves of garlic and 2 serrano peppers. Now I'm using frozen serrano peppers here because I roasted some while they were in season and I put them into the freezer. You can also use fresh serrano peppers. Now I add some extra serrano peppers in here because I like the tamales to be a little bit extra spicy. So if you don't want the spice, leave them out. Now I'll add 1 teaspoon of salt, along with 1.5 cups of filtered water. We're going to blend this up until it's very smooth. Until it becomes smooth and it is a sauce. Now I'm going to add about 3 cups of our cooked chicken. Remember, we're taking some shortcuts here. And pulse it just until it gets shredded. I feel like I pulsed it a little bit too much here, so I don't know if it's the best route to take. So you decide if you want to shred with your hands or put it into the food processor. Now we're going to take our chili and run it through a sieve, and I'm going to do this right over the chicken just so I can get it in there really quickly. Now let's move on to making our masa. Take 3 cups of corn flour or masa harina into a large bowl, along with 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to just mix this up with my hand just until it's combined. Now gradually add 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of olive oil. Now, I'm using olive oil here because I like it to be a little bit healthier. You could certainly use lard or any other fat in here. Now, gradually add in about 1.5 cups of heated chicken broth. I'm heating it here because it helps the masa come together a lot easier. If the masa is too thick, add some more broth or water. Now it's time to assemble our tamales. Using the softer side of a corn husk, you're going to spread about 2 tablespoons of the masa onto the husk, and you're going to cover about 3/4 of the corn husk to the bottom. I like to keep a cup of warm water next to me so I can use it to spread the masa a little bit easier with my spoon. This is just my preference. Now add some of your green chili chicken mix and then roll the corn husk so that it is secure and fold it up, and let's move on to the next one. Now, you can use any steamer here. This is my steamer. I like to add in a glass in the middle so that it helps balance all the tamales while they're steaming and they don't fall over. Now we're going to steam these for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's so important that you don't over steam these. Because you're probably going to reheat them later, I'd rather them be just slightly undercooked than overcooked. Now once you pull the tamales out of the steamer, allow them to cool for at least 10 minutes. This helps so that the masa doesn't stick to the corn husks. Allows some time for it to set up, if you will. Enjoy!